We're expanding our ocean fishing line with some big jigs. Nishine brings new hard baits and new terminal tackle. And this is the day. It used to be called Mother's Day, but now it's called Treat Yourself to Bonheur Day. Actually, it is Mother's Day. And I promised you a family-friendly episode, at least for a few minutes. So what better than to have the first employee of the hookup and my mom here with me. What do you say, Mom?
This is what's new at the Hookup Outfitters.
No, the hookup tackle.
Oh.
Let's try that again. What do you say, Mom?
This is what's new at the Hookup Outfitters. I was gonna
cut.
Just tease.
Jeff, can you
Go
just?
on, I'm sorry.
Can you just handle this in
No.
post-processing?
I wanted to drive him crazy.
You know what? You're fine.
No, come on, I can do that. Come on.
Oh, I know you can do it. I know. I think that was perfect.
No. I
think
want
you
to
did.
say.
Okay. Yeah.
Hookup tackle. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Go on. Ready?
Take it from there. And I'm here with my mom.
This is what's new at the Hookup tackle.
You nailed it. Good job.
Third time's the charm, right?
Good job. Buckle up, Jeff.
Yeah.
You have a hard time containing one of us.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful coastal fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined by my buddy Jeffrey the King. Jeff, happy Sunday morning to you. And my beautiful mother, Mama the Queen on No Social Media channel. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
I want to wish all the mothers out there that are listening, Happy Mother's Day.
What do you say if we just don't call it Mother's Day anymore and we call it Bonheur Day? Let me change it. You know what? It should be Mother's Day. Let's think of this in a different way. A mom's job and a wife's job, right? Who, if you have kids and she's a mom, should be to make sure that their sons and their husbands are satisfied, fulfilled, happy, right? And I think it's really important that, you know, we take care of our moms and, you know, we'll get you flowers and whatever, right? But we should treat ourselves to Bonheur first. Don't you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree. And I happen to be the mother and the wife of fishermen. And these are the tales that come out of them.
Bonheur tales?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I've done some amazing things for you on Mother's Day. Flowers, candy. You know, I called you one time. I'm gonna give you Bonheur for Mother's Day this year. What do you say? You want Bonheur?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here you go. I'm giving my mom Bonheur. See, this is a lesson for all of you. Jeff, pay attention. I'm teaching you how to be a good son. Did you enjoy that exchange?
Yes. Now it's my turn.
How much did he pay you?
Relax. I don't pay anybody here, Jeff. You know that. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, what do you got for me?
For all those listeners, what you don't know is I'm totally blind, so I have no idea what was just given to me.
Is that why you're not reading the cue cards? Griff, cut the cue cards. Give me my Bonheur back. $20.99 if you want one, by the way. Do you like rejection? Before we get, I'm gonna come back to Bonheur. I love rejection. Watch this. Watch what happens. By the way, we are the Hookup Tackle USA, as my mom said, and this is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle, completely going to be derailed, but hey, I promised a family-friendly episode. It's hard for me to do such a thing, so I'm going to drink. Okay,
Oh.
we talked about this last week. This is how I survive fatherhood, right? So cheers to you, my friends. Mom, would you like a delicious Orion?
While my son is drinking, I'd like to tell you about the beginning of our fishing experience for the Kohler family. 52 years ago, my husband Jim asked me out on the first date, and we went fishing. And of course, I was telling about all my fishing experiences in northern Michigan and how I caught all these wonderful fish on the Osavo River and Lake Huron. And we went on a little lake in Illinois, and I happened to lose all his lures, tie up the line around logs and weeds, but he still asked me on my second date. And this month is also special. Besides Mother's Day, we just celebrated our 50th or golden wedding anniversary on May 5th.
Congratulations to you guys.
That's
Thank
crazy.
you.
He must have provided you much Bonhuer over all these years.
Oh, much.
Yes, I would imagine. So,
He's a fisherman, you know.
oh, I know. Do you want a beer or not?
I'm drinking Costco water today.
There it is.
Watch this.
Here it
Jeff, would you like an Orion?
No.
See that rejection? I promised a family-friendly episode. So that in case there's kids, I brought you a kid-friendly drink. Here you go.
Sunny D.
Yeah, it's for you.
Wow, thank you, dude.
Do you want a cranberry juice?
No, I'll stay with my
Okay.
Costco water.
Yeah, okay. Hey, don't plug Costco. It's just water. Cheers, my friends. Hey, congratulations to you guys. You
Thank
guys
you so
are
much.
an inspiration. Cheers, Dad. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Jeff, just drink it. You're staring at a Sunny D like you've never had a Sunny
how
D before.
long have you had this for? Because it's about to expire.
I just bought it this morning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't feed my kids that crap. I just keep Orion and water at the house.
He got it from the dollar store, so
Oh,
it could have been
that's
expired.
why.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put them in expired.
Can we just talk about Bonhuer? This is really derailing. Hey, just show the clip. Let everybody see it in case
Yeah,
they're not
let's just
following us on
run the
Instagram.
clip,
Roll the
please.
clip. All right, guys, so there you go, the brand new exclusive Bonhuer colorway. This is a colorway that we've worked on with Deps in a slide swimmer. Super excited to get it in the Evoke. The Evoke, we talk about this all the time. You know, there are tons of square bills on the market, but this is one of those special ones. It's basically just like a 4x4 square bill. Comes through everything, comes through laydowns, comes through trees, and the Bonhuer colorway is just a nice bone-based color. It has a pearl shift that goes from pearl green to a purple pearl on the back. It's subtle, but it's there just to give a little bit of color break. We got the nice scale patterns, the black eyes. Definitely a favorite square bill of all of ours. Comes standard with Ryugi trebles, so literally you can just tie it on and throw it. Kenta Kimura designed the Evoke to have the same action and buoyancy and cover deflection as a balsa bait, but where the challenges of balsa is every bait runs different, every one of these is going to run the same, so you have consistency across the line. Now these will eventually come in a 1.2, which we are dropping today, in a 2.0, which we are going to drop next month. So today is the 1.2, next month in June we'll do the 2.0. Next time they make 3.0s and so on and so forth, we'll do a batch there. This is likely a one-time offering. Okay, so if this is a color that speaks to you, and look, it should speak to you. It's happiness, right? Word of the day, Bonhuer. It's happiness, or make it whatever you want to make it, right? If you have a dirty mind like some of us here, this would be great. Like I said, my favorite crankbait. You have favorites, right? Who's your favorite son?
Jacob, the one that lives in Japan.
Screw you,
That's
Jake.
a really good job.
Shut up, Jeff. Cut that part out. Listen, for those of you who may be caught My mom was actually the first employee here at the Hookup Tackle. Thank you for getting us started on the right path of, you know, this is a fun place to come to work. So, you know, you're responsible for a lot of that because you were the first employee. So thank you for doing that.
And as your mother and first employee,
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about a fishing experience that I had with my son here, my number 2 son.
How many sons do you have, by the way?
There's only 2, Jess.
I have
I'm the
2.
loser.
Okay,
And Jacob does a lot of the music for the Hookup.
he's number 1.
We know he's the favorite child.
He's
Don't
the
talk about
favorite
him.
child.
You're
So-
here to make me look good.
Anyway, we started out when they were little fishing. We had a crawdad, we went to a kayak, then we went to a canoe. And Ben was a young teenager. He had that canoe hooked up with depth finders and trolling motors and everything. And one day he says, "Mom, I want to take you out in Lake Pleasant and show you how I fish and how I love fishing." So
remember this day.
we're crossing Lake Pleasant, and a bigger boat came by our canoe and splashed us. And I did something that I told my children to never do, and I gave that boat driver the finger.
Which
And
finger?
The middle finger. And he
Disgusting.
came back and almost drowned us.
Oh no.
Now that was a long time ago. Today he might have shot us.
Yeah,
But,
probably. He was sketchy looking. Am I right?
Ben was so embarrassed because this is something we taught them never to do.
Yeah, I mean cussing and middle fingers.
Right,
It's
right.
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah, and this is supposed to be the family-friendly
I'm
part
Right.
of the show.
I'm glad he's upheld this too.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know where we are. I'm just gonna drink beer.
We're still
You
in
wanna
the
take it?
episode.
Oh, we're still on Evoke, so let me go get some more Evokes.
Can we just finish? Can we be done?
Oh, I have another fishing story.
Just what you need to hold on.
One more.
No, hold on. All right, while we are on Evokes, we also did a huge restock in all the good colors of 1.2s as well. So I know a lot of you guys have been looking for some of these key colors like real bluegill, pond gill, red craw. My favorite color up until Bonhuer, blackback shad. We should just call this the Jacob of crankbaits apparently.
Got it.
Yeah. So if you guys have been looking or waiting for any of these colors to return, they are back. Bonhuer is in. Enjoy, my friends. Knock yourself out. You're gonna catch a ton of fish on Bonhuer. Super excited. Did you want to take?
Yeah, I have another fishing story that I want to share. We took many trips that were surrounded by fishing, and there happened to be one trip I wasn't on, but I heard about it. It was when my son, number 1 son, Jacob, lived in Hawaii. He lived in Honolulu. So Ben and Kelly, they were newly married, and they went over and they went deep sea fishing. And I don't think Jacob or Ben caught anything.
Oh.
But Kelly, my daughter-in-law, caught. I think it was somewhere between 600 and 700 pound marlin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct,
That's
Ben?
correct. Yeah.
And was I correct that you and Jacob didn't catch anything?
Why are you rubbing that in? We weren't even trying.
So good job, Kelly.
That was a good story.
I think you missed the point of coming here today. You're supposed to make me look good. People are supposed to be like, oh man, Ben's mom loves him.
You were more proud of Kelly than anything.
I was.
Yes.
That was a great moment.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Jim and I, your dad and I would have given anything to be there.
That was pretty. That
To
was pretty
watch
special.
And then I heard they gaffed it a few times.
Well, you know, it
or-
was amazing because on the way out, it's like, you know, how many marlin do you guys catch? Like, oh, they're so endangered here. We've overfished them. Everybody kills them. There's no marlin left. And we barely left the harbor, and she's hooked up, and it's a giant marlin. And we're just expecting the whole time, you know, hours into this fight that they're going to release it. Oh no, they clubbed that sucker. Gaffed it in the head, clubbed it over the head, pulled it on board. Kelly's crying. She just killed this beautiful endangered fish. Yeah.
yeah.
It was it was a lot. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
But I do want to tell you, there were wonderful moments with fishing with Ben, especially on Lake Pleasant when the fish were boiling and he taught me how to cast properly.
Those were good days.
Oh, we had such a good time.
Yeah, those were good
Yes.
days. Yeah. We did have a lot of fun.
We did.
Yeah. You want to talk about some more tackle?
You can go ahead.
Okay. Let me go get some more tackle, Jeff.
Okay.
We can talk about when Dad fell over the.
I mean, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, Mom.
Since I, oh no, we're gonna talk about my number one
The
son.
lights on back here.
It's so ridiculous that Ben always thinks that Jacob's number one, but I have no different feeling for either one of the boys.
Well, I have
Really?
proof.
Yeah.
Roll back tape. All right, guys, it is that time of the month where we are dropping the leftover bento. So this is our April bento box on our subscription program. As you guys know, we have a monthly subscription here for a bento box. We always hold a handful back just to make sure things get delivered okay, nothing gets crushed by FedEx, you know, so on and so forth. So after we've given it a couple weeks, everybody's received their bentos, whatever we have left, we unleash. So if you've been waiting for this one to drop, now is the time to scoop one up. We refer to these bentos by the color name of the 110 and Pop Max inside the bento. So just as a quick reminder, this month's box was one of my favorite colors. This is GP Oikawa. So it was a really dope color that Megabass made for us that's only been done up to this point in the iSlide 262. So there's a 110 and Pop Max in there and a bunch of other goodies. There's some custom color LV500 GPs, there's a crawler, there's some DRT soft plastics, some duo plastics. So if you want to scoop up a bento, $100, they are available while supplies last on that. Also, while we're on kind of a Megabass topic, some restocks in Megabass. Really quick, I'll just fly through. Last week we dropped the new Magdraft colors. A lot of them flew out of here. They're all back in stock, as well as restock on some of the key colors like albino pearl shad, whiteback shad, etc. Spark shads are back, Hazardong shads are back. So big soft bait restock week this week from Megabass. We also see a restock on a lot of the key top water. So Dog X Diamante, Megadog X is back, iWing is back, Giant Dog X, Pop Max, all the top waters were restocked across the board, and a lot of key colors, even some fine art colors mixed in there. Those all return. We also see a restock on some square bills. So the S Crank, a really key one. This one's kind of the opposite of the Evoke, where the Evoke literally bounces off everything. The S Crank kind of snags on everything, but if you're fishing it in more open water and you don't need to bounce it off cover, it has a built-in kind of hunting action. It's great for ripping out of vegetation. So it would be a great one to do in addition to the Evoke. Evoke banging in a cover, S Crank kind of, you know, in more open water. That's a great option. We also see big restocks in the Vibration X Simatra Bone Knocker, the Vibration X Vatalion, the Live X 100, all across the board. Now, you like flowers, right?
Love them.
So you've probably heard me talk about this guy. This is the Megabass Sleeper Craw. It's a brand new bait. Here, hold one in your hand. It's still in the package, so don't worry, there's no hook. I'm gonna open one up. I'm curious to see what you think. It's got a very special smell to it, okay? So I'm gonna give you one. Now the hook is on this bait, so don't squeeze really hard, but it's inside of it, so it's not gonna hook you, okay? Smell that. What does that smell like? Can you smell it?
Not that much of a smell.
No? It's definitely a smell for me. You don't smell flowers?
No, I don't.
Really? Okay. Well, it
could be that the COVID destroyed my smell.
Oh, well, give me that back. I didn't know you had COVID. Where's your mask? Do you want to share another story?
So Ben's wrong. I don't have a favorite son. I love both of my sons equally.
Ooh.
They're both very different. But I do have a story to share about Jacob. We were in one of our family trips in Colorado, Vail, Colorado, and we were on another body of water. And Jacob looked up and he saw all these beautiful fishing lures on this line that people had gotten stuck
It's
up
an electrical
there.
line, right?
An
Like
electrical
80
line.
feet above our heads?
And he was about 12 years old and he said, "That's totally ridiculous." And his first cast, he got his favorite lure stuck up there. So we never forget that story.
But he's still your favorite.
No, he's not my favorite.
I never got
I
hung
love
in an
both of
electrical
you
line.
equally
No,
the same.
That's good. That's good.
Just Jake's slightly a bit cooler because he lives in Japan. and he plays a cool instrument.
Jeff, you're not supposed to talk.
I see.
You're just the camera guy.
Mm.
I do remember that. That was such an amazing moment, wasn't it?
It was a wonderful moment, yeah.
So, I just wanted to say thank you for taking time. I know you came here before church, and I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come here. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. The story you just shared is what's so important about fishing.
Yes.
Is, you know, the fish catches are great, especially with social media, because we get a hold of fish and post it and, you know, be proud of ourselves for 17 minutes, right? But the memories that we have and the way we build our character and ourselves as we grow are from all those small moments,
Yes.
right? The
Yes.
snagging of the lure in the line, the interaction that you have on the water or at a gas station. You know, Dad took me fishing mostly, and I learned a lot from him. I learned how to interact with people at the tackle store, buying licenses, or, you know, just conversations that we had. You know, I learned how to be a good dad. I learned how to be a good fisherman. These are things that I learned, right? But I want you to know that I have probably the coolest job ever, right? I mean, you remember me as a little kid in the garage just playing with tackle and lures and worms and leaving hooks on the carpet and in the, I mean.
And in the laundry,
Guess what?
the hooks and all the rubber worms stuck to the dryer.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
oh,
we
yeah.
get it, we get it, yeah. So I'm still doing that, right? So I have turned that nonsense and ridiculousness into something that I get to do every day.
Yes.
But for me, it's about sharing my passion and what I'm really excited about, right? And that's the best part of this job.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, people actually watch this, because they're passionate about these same things, and we get to collectively share as a community our passion in these cool lures and these cool lure makers and these fun activities. And I want you to know that even though it was Dad that took me most of the time, I heard you telling him to take me. I heard you being my cheerleader and saying, hey, make sure you gotta take him fishing, you gotta take him fishing. And you were really responsible for firing up my passion, and I get to share that passion now.
Thank you for knowing that.
Well, I also want you to know that you have been through a gazillion hurdles in your life, probably more hurdles than 20 lifetimes worth, and you never let anything stop you. And when I look at this company and my life and the store, I don't see dead ends. And you never saw a dead end. You lost your vision, you figured a way through it. You got cancer, you figured a way through it. You got run over by a car, you figured your way through it. Nothing has ever stopped you, and that's been such an inspiration to me, and I just wanted you to know that you are really the inspiration behind everything that I do. So,
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Let's do this again. Maybe we'll go to your favorite son's house next time.
I was hoping not to try, but you got me.
Oh, well, that's payback for your favorite son.
You know, I'm so tired of hearing that.
I love you, Jake.
He's been doing this his whole life.
Let's cheers for Jake, since he's not here. You only have water, but it's okay. I've done this with Jeff in Japan too.
Mhm.
It's just the
All
way
right,
it is.
Jim. Yeah.
Hey, happy Mother's
Cheers.
Day to all you mothers. You know, I love you.
Love
Kelly,
you too.
I love you. She's never gonna watch this. She doesn't
Yeah,
watch
she
my
stopped
shit
watching
anymore.
after episode 2.
Yeah, right. But Jake, Nori, go over there. Cheers to you guys. We love you. I love you. Have fun at church.
Thank you.
Okay, I love you. Thank you for not cussing, keeping this family friendly.
And thank you, Jeff. It was nice seeing you since we
course.
saw you in Japan.
You have seen Jeff more than you've seen me.
Isn't that
haven't
crazy?
you?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, is he
I'm the
actually your
better
second
son- yeah, I'm
favorite
second.
son?
It's my third favorite son.
Damn, he hasn't
I
beat
thought I was
me
gonna
yet.
beat you.
Still beating you, Jeff.
Remember, I have no favorites.
Well, that's what you keep saying.
I
Yeah.
have no favorite grandchildren
keeps-
either.
She keeps adding numbers.
Right, yeah. Numbers keep adding up. Okay, get out of here. I
All right,
gotta
okay.
talk about tackles.
Jim?
It's gonna be a 6-pack kind of day, I think, Joe.
A 6-pack.
All right, guys, let's talk about Nishine. Big restock week and some new items from them. So we love Nishine. All the hard baits are back. So their Erie series of jerkbaits becoming super popular. The 95s, the 115s, 115 MDs, even the 115 TWs, which is their new topwater one. This would be a great one for you guys that live up north in some colder weather where those smallmouth are just starting to creep on the big flats. You can control the depth of that one really, really well. We see a big restock in soft plastics too. All of Griff's faves are back. So catfish time is here. So Namazu's 4-inch, 5-inch, both colors, green pumpkin, black blue, those return. All the jigs come back as well. So there's a cover jig that is back. That's a relatively new one. And there is a football jig. Now I want to take a minute and talk about the football jig. We haven't spent a lot of time on this football jig, but this is an amazing one that you guys are going to want to add in the arsenal. We talk a lot about the Deps headlock jig. Basically kind of a similar idea, probably inspired to a certain point by that jig. Now these are available in 3/8, half, and 3/4. Everything's back in stock. But he's kind of made some little tweaks to it to make it definitely unique. So you can see that it's a special shaped head, kind of a hybrid style head that is designed to kind of rock as you pull it. So as you pull it, that crawl is going to come up, it's going to move up, and you have no weed guard. So if you're fishing an area that's more sandy or more rocky, the non-weed guard version jigs like this or like the headlock jig are really important to try to use because they will get you much better hook sets. It's got a hand-tied wire bait keeper on the back of it too. It's got a special kind of grooved skirt that flares out, so as it moves you're going to get the skirt flare and the crawl coming up. It's just a really good little finesse football jig, inexpensive but really, really effective. So I would definitely recommend adding those to your arsenal if you guys aren't already using them. Another bait that Nishine is famous for is their Simcoe. We see 3 new colors this week in the Simcoe. The Simcoe is kind of a hard-bodied blade bait, so it's kind of a cross between a blade bait and a lipless. It's silent, so you can fish it, you know, without having a lot of distraction and sound underwater. It's got different line ties, so you can use it as a blade bait and jig it, or you can cast it and swim it. It's available in a regular version and a heavyweight version. Okay, so if you want to fish it down deeper, you can get the heavyweight version, shallower, regular version. 3 new colors come in this. So you're looking at hologram shad, so that's a new color addition for them. There's also a blackback gold. And then there is a brand new goby color. Okay, so if you guys are fans of this bait or this style of fishing, 3 new colors that might expand your offerings. Those are new this week from Nishine. There is also a brand new terminal item out, and this is the Nishine drop shot hook. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking about this hook. So Nishine essentially has taken the drop shot hook and developed a very specific hook that's designed to be snelled. Okay, so traditionally you would take a little nose hook, you would tie your Palomar or whatever knot you tie, you would take the tag end back through, pull it down to keep that hook upright. One of the challenges is as the knot slips or slides on the hook, it can kind of lay over and do different things. And if you guys are fishing big water, like Great Lakes type water, you can't really afford to miss a fish, right? And a lot of times you'll nose hook a fish and they'll come off at some point just because that knot's kind of slid on the hook. So the Nishine drop shot hook is a new style hook that's designed for the line to go through, and then you snell it, right? So you snell it to your line so that it's always in the same position. The knot doesn't slip, the knot doesn't slide. It's actually snelled right to your line. Only available in one size, a size 2, so it's going to be a universal size for pretty much all nose hook. They do give you instructions on how to snell, so if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know how to snell, there's literally a knot right there, okay? So it'll take you 5 minutes to figure out this knot. Of course, you can Google any, snell knot you want. Griff and I had a little contest yesterday with some of the dudes around here. So Griff actually snells. Do you snell everything?
Anything that's high on the strings of the
So anything with a hook, use Snell at all times. Yeah, so Griff's a little bit like Snell excessive, right? But we had a contest in here yesterday, Snell versus Palomar, right? Which is a pretty fast knot to tie. And Griff was tying his Snell faster than anybody could tie a Palomar, right? So once you get it down, it's a really easy knot to learn how to do. So I think you guys will use this. I think you're gonna like it. It's a new style hook. So we're all gonna have to give it a shot. But Nishine tested it for a long time and really built it to the way they wanted it. So that's the new drop shot hook from Nishine. While we are on terminal, Nishine works with Ichikawa. Okay, so pretty much all the Nishine baits have Ichikawa trebles on them. So they also helped develop a new out barb jig head. Okay, now these are going to be available in multiple sizes. There's a 3.5 gram, a 2 gram, a 1 gram, a 1/2 gram, right? So you can get really, really small. Also available in different hook sizes. So there's a size 1, a size 2, a size 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, right? So you can basically do this, you know, any way you want. The little tiny guys are going to be great for like little, you know, hover shot or really light biwa rig type stuff. As you get into the bigger sizes, they're going to be better for, you know, more just kind of cast and wind type stuff. Basically, it is a, well, it's an out barb hook on a jig head, right? So, I mean, there's not really anything else. It's not rocket science to figure that out. It's just a little different style. A lot of times that out barb is just super, super sticky and holds them really, really good. So you can see instead of the barb being underneath, the barb is up top, a lot like a Megabass style hook would be, like a Katsuwagi out barb that, you know, are known for just being super sticky. You know, they hook everything. So it could be a really nice addition for you guys. The hook eye is slightly back, so it's gonna have a really nice horizontal fish to it. It also has a great shake. If you wanna shake your rod tip, it does wobble side to side. So it'd be a nice one to use in addition to like that Horizon head that was really popular from Gamakatsu or the Light Mist or something like that. So worth a look if this is a style that you use. That's the out barb jig head from Ichikawa. Those are available now. All right, Jeff, let's go the opposite direction. We just talked about little finesse stuff. Let's talk about something that is in your lane. This is something you love to do. A lot of the guys around here love to do it. A lot of you guys watching love to saltwater fish. It's something that I grew up doing. Since I've been in retail, I haven't had as much opportunity to do it, but I love doing it. So, you know, I'm trying to listen to requests that I'm getting. So a lot of you tuna guys have been asking us to bring in a specific jig that is made in Japan. And I introduced to you the new addition to the shop, the Nature Boys series of jigs. I have the Wriggle Rider and the Deep Robber. So 2 different versions, tons of colors. I'm not gonna spend, there's an entire rack of them staring right there. Jeff was nervous I was gonna walk through every single color and every size. But basically, look, I don't know anything about these. I just know that the tuna guys are going crazy over them. I'm gonna open one up and show it to you. If you are a saltwater guy or a tuna guy, you're probably seeing this and going, oh shit, and buying them right now, okay? So you know, and if you are new into it, then pay attention because this is one of the hot ones, okay? So I think I've got like 100 gram to 300 gram over there, okay? So there's a bunch of sizes in between, like 150, 190, right? So tons of colors. Jeff, what do you do with something like this? I know Griff was looking at it for doing some striper stuff. What essentially are you using this for?
I mean, it's just slow pitching a jig, basically. You just, it's the size is very interesting. Like you said, 100 gram all the way up to 300 grams,
right,
which is pretty and heavy, right?
Right.
And so basically, you just put hooks on it. Whether you go with trebles or, you know, the P assist, the single hooks, and you basically just pitch it over the side of a boat, whether it's at night or during the day, to tuna that are sitting in 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, and you basically just throw it out, and the jig does all the work on the fall. It's just like a flutter spoon that we have for bass. Just
heavier and
yeah,
getting down deeper. So it's just gonna flutter down to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some of the jigs fall down at a faster rate, some at a slower rate.
Yep.
Some are much wider, some more just like going down. Some of them you wind up to.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of different ways you can fish a jig, but when the fishing is good, basically you throw it out and you watch your thing fall, and then when it stops, that's a fish. You don't ever hit bottom because you're in like 1,000 feet of water.
Right.
If it stops, it's most likely a fish, and then you wind down and you hook them.
That's pretty sick.
So
what makes a good jig versus just a normal jig? Because there's tons of things like this on the market.
Yeah,
so why do people go crazy over this one versus like a Daiwa one?
I believe it's how Nature Boys has figured out the fall. I think it's the fall and the way that it swims down is what triggers the fish to bite it.
Okay. I was talking to my buddy Kyle too, who was in here yesterday, and for him, he was saying that a good one, like the reason why the JDM ones are so popular is they figured out a way too to have it fall and swim.
Yes. Yeah.
So as you drop it, it's doing that flutter, but then on the wind up, it's swimming up as well. So it's always doing something and it's always biteable.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically.
So there you go. Never used them.
But I mean, yeah, like you said, if you're a tuna guy, you already know what this is. Yeah. And you're already bought them.
Yeah. And if you're not a tuna guy, but you're wanting to get into it, right? Like out here in Arizona, like by the time it gets to June, it's 197 degrees here. In Southern California, it's still
75
60, 70, you know, 75, and the tuna are biting. So this might be something to just add to, you know, your arsenal. We'll try to keep a steady flow of these going, but for now, there you go. The Wriggle Rider, the Deep Rubber from Nature Boys, those are available now. All right, new this week from Baitsanity, not a lure. But a wrap. Okay, I introduced to you the Ultimate XL Sling Swim Bait Wrap. Okay, now this is a module wrap that can do a lot of different things, designed to be a sling. I'm opening it for the first time, literally just unboxed them. Okay, so here we go. We've got, let's see what happens here. I've seen the videos on this thing. So it's gonna come as a wrap that you can then attach like this, okay? And then sling it over and you've got it. Now, it's modular, so if all you want is just this one piece, right? You can attach these to just the one piece. So I can take this off, for instance, and I could just have this one piece in here. So if I say I'm just going for a walk, and of course this is adjustable so it doesn't have to look ridiculous on you, right? So if you just want to put like maybe 2 glides or 3 glides or fill up the one side, you can easily just throw this over you and it's a sling and you can fish and then, you know, have it back. But if you want to just overload yourself, you've got the option of 2 here. You've got inside compartments, you've got a hard compartment with Ziplocs for tails, for, you know, different accessories. So a lot of things that you can do with this thing if this is a style of fishing that you do. Okay, so 99 bucks, pretty good deal, very modular. That is new from Baitsanity this week. All right, Jeff, let's jump back to some jigs. Now, we just talked about some Nishine jigs. We're gonna have a little jig convo. Big jig week here. So, exciting because we are really kind of coming into my favorite time of the year to throw a jig, whether it's compact jig or a big jig. So, let's jump over to dirty jigs. So, we see a huge restock across everything, plus some new additions to the line here for us at the Hookup Tackle. So, we'll start right here with the tour level football jig. New colors across the board. Everything is in stock, 1/2 ounce and 3/4. This is my favorite full-size football jig. Okay, so we talk about jigs here a lot. I'm gonna talk about some of my favorite little compact ones here in a minute. But for a full-size football jig, if you're looking to have a lot of bulk, a lot of mass, Dirty Jigs just makes an incredible jig. There's a lot of really great jigs, right? But this is one that I've had a ton of success on. We sell gazillions of them. You guys will really love them. It fits a 4 or 5 inch trailer incredibly well. It's got a big, beefy hook on it. So just great all the way around. Those return. We also see a huge restock and tons of new colors in the swim jigs, both the California swim jigs and their regular swim jigs. So I'm showing some of the new colors here. There's a new albino and a glimmer shad, a purple haze, right? So all kinds of different new colors and sizes in the swim jig lineup. We also brought back all the flipping jigs, so no jack flipping jig. Those all return as well. We also see a big return in the swim bait head. So this is the Tactical Bass and Swim Bait head. And the guppy heads are all back, plus some new colors, a new green pumpkin, a new Tennessee shad. So if you're a guppy head fan, those are in as well. Now, a couple of new additions from Dirty Jigs for us. There's a new tactical bass and screw head swim bait head. So this basically just incorporates the little, twist lock screw on there. So you can put the bait on and then you can just twist it on there really well and it'll just hold it in place. A lot of you guys prefer that over just the traditional, just, sliding the bait on there and having it stick. So if that's a preference, those are available. Bunch of sizes, some cool colors. And then also the brand new Tactical Bass and Underspin is also available now in all sizes and all colors. So, Tactical Bassin, you guys might have heard of them. They have a YouTube channel, really good channel, good information, good fishermen, and they've collabed with Dirty Jigs to make a little underspin. So, there's never enough underspins when it's underspin season, right? So this has got a little finessey hook. It's gonna be a great one for a small little bait. So if you guys are looking for something to throw a smaller Kitech, a little spark shad, something like that, this can be a great one. So Tactical Bass Underspin from Dirty Jigs, those are available now. All right, let's stay in jigs for a minute and jump over to warbaits. We haven't talked about warbaits in a really long time. We see a full restock across the line, plus some new additions that I'm gonna talk about here. So really quick, warbait swim jigs are back, plus some really great new colors. Sunfish, brim, 2 new additions, all the standards like Market Squid, NB Secret are all back. This is just a great swim jig designed in saltwater, but completely freshwater applicable. So just a really good head on these guys. Also, swim bait heads are back. We've also added a new color. This is called Bishop. So it's kind of like a chartreuse shad, kind of, silver with a little bit of chartreuse. So those are back in stock. All the underspins across the board, all sizes, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, half, 3/4, all back, both gold and silver blades. So this has kind of been my go-to underspin when I need something with a solid hook and a bigger bait. So I'm throwing like a 4/8 K-Tech or a 5/8 K-Tech on this. This is an amazing one, right? That flat head on the front forces it to kind of have a little bit of a wobble. So as the water pushes against it, it kind of moves it side to side. So as you're swimming it, you get a slight little head rock plus that blade, plus a really great hook. That's a killer one for you guys that need to fish it a little faster, a little deeper. Standard swimbait heads are also back for you A-rig guys. Even the War rig is in. So check that one out. And then also the neck breaker are now in stock. So the neck breaker is kind of their version of the wobble head, but really designed to be more of like a swim bait wobble head, right? The guys here in the shop love this thing. I'll take one out. Now it comes with a Gamakatsu Superline EWG hook. You can very easily swap that head onto any other hook. Okay, so if you don't like that hook or you want a different style hook, it's just a split ring there. You can take that hook off and put anything on it, but you get that nice flat face head that's on all of their jig heads. So it's gonna force a little bit of that vibration while creating that kind of movement in that jointed movement. So you're just gonna get a lot of swing and a different look out of your swim bait. So those are available in all colors and all sizes now from Warbaits. All right, staying on jigs, last jig conversation, I might promise, okay? A jig that we talk about a lot, the OSP Hunts jig. Actually, all the OSP jigs are back. I'm gonna highlight a few of them. Huge stock, some new colors added to certain sizes as well. So these will come in tons of sizes, 7 gram, 9 gram, 11 gram, 14, 21, right? So you can really dial this in. I pretty much live in that 14 and 21, it's 1/2 ounce and 3/4 ounce. I feel like I can do pretty much everything with these. The Hunts jig, if you guys aren't familiar with the Hunts jig, this is probably one of the most versatile all-around compact jigs. Okay, so this will give you a weed guard jig that's basically a hybrid of a round head and a football head. So you can see it's definitely more oblong, but it's not like a true football head. So if you are trying to just kind of throw something up and kind of swim it like you would a little ball head, it works great for that. But if you're trying to put it down some nasty rock and crawl it through, it works great at that as well. You've got the hand-tied skirt, it's got the nice flare, it's got just the perfect hook there. I usually just spread that weed guard out just a touch and it's got an amazing hookup ratio. It's a little bit farther set hook, so the hook is set back a little bit farther, so there's tons of gap between the line tie and the hook, so your hookup ratio is really good. Now, as far as trailers on this, we talk about it all the time with the little 3-inch doe live craw. This is the main thing I throw on it. When I was back fishing with Toshi in Tennessee, he pretty much lived on this guy. And this is how we fished it, was with the 4-inch doe live craw. Okay, so don't be afraid to go bigger in your craw trailer. Just give them what they want, right? If they want something a little bigger, go bigger. But either of these sizes fit this bait great. A little double tail fits it great. A little chunk, like the 3-inch Ego chunk, is another great one on there. So all colors and sizes back in that guy. We also see a huge restock in the Zero One jig. This is kind of the pitching jig. So if you guys are looking for a compact little finesse jig to just kind of pitch rock, skip docks, you know, just kind of close range, this is a killer one. Fits all those same trailers we just talked about. Those are all back in stock. And then my favorite little swim jig, this is the Slipper jig, is back. We also see a return in the Weed Rider. So it's going to be the heavier sizes. This is going to be the more normal 3/16, quarter, 3/8, right? All colors and sizes return in those, and those are great ones to throw on like a little 4-inch paddle tail. Okay, so if you've been waiting on OSP jigs, this is a great week to stock up. Everything is back in stock. Hey guys, just randomly thought about this. Jeff and I were just talking. We did a crankbait video earlier in the week, and we just were talking as we were doing stuff, totally off topic, right? But one of the questions that keeps coming up is on our rod of choice. This is the Orochi XX launcher, okay? Now, I have gotten probably 30 emails over the last 4 days wondering, is it really a 2-piece, okay? Look, a 2-piece rod means the rod is gonna be like ferruled up in the middle of the rod and it comes apart, right? This is a 1-piece rod that is ferruled at the grip, okay? So this is just a ferrule. Every big swim bait rod known to man that comes out of Japan is built this way. Once it's attached, it's never coming off, unless you want it to come off, and you're probably gonna have to struggle to take it off, right? So don't let ferrules scare you. Whether you're looking at the launcher, you're looking at a swim bait rod or whatever, this technology has been there for like 100 years. Every one of our big rods has this ferrule system. So not a 2-piece, okay? 1-piece, ferrule at the grip. There you go. There's my work for the day. Let's go from that to this.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to talk about like a crankbait.
Don't be ridiculous. That would make sense. Okay, we unveiled some new and interesting Picasso additions to their line a few weeks ago, right? Some classic release type things, right? Or early iCast release. So this is the Wacky Vibe. Now, we had the unweighted version, right? Now we have the weighted version. So there are 3 sizes. So basically, it's the same idea. It's designed to, you know, fish like a Wacky rig Senko or whatever worm you like to Wacky rig, but it has that little blade on it. So as you pull it forward, it's gonna vibrate and then it's gonna wacky back down. Something different. You guys might enjoy it if you guys throw a lot of that. Those are new and in stock now. And then also the inline spinner. My mom really did a number on me. 4 beers in now. The Smartmouth inline spinner from Picasso is now available in 2 new colors. Okay, so now you have shad with a nickel blade and you have Tennessee shad with a gold blade. Okay, so a couple of different color options if you want a gold or you want a silver, different sizes. Basically designed, put your favorite paddle tail swim bait on there and go to town, right? So I was surprised. I thought it was kind of silly, but they sold out of here super quick. So I hope you guys are catching a lot of fish on it, and I hope it's something that's just a little bit interesting that your fish haven't seen. So those are available now as well. All right, also PB Rat restocked a few of our key colors this week. So gray white swirl is back, one of my favorite colors. Tan black returns. We also see the bone brown white tail, which is probably one of the most natural colors in the lineup. And then black charcoal is back. So 4 colors in the 3-piece from PB Rat return. These always evaporate out here, especially this time of the year with it being rat season. So if you've been waiting, great time to grab those from PB Rat. Sticking on the jig, idea. Flutter spoons are back in a bunch of new colors in sizes from Nichols in the Lake Fork Flutter Spoon and the Ben Parker. So all sizes. I'm not gonna go through all of them with you because Jeff will shoot me. But if you guys like throwing these guys, there's a bunch of cool new colors that maybe you guys should check out in there. If you're a flutter spoon guy, 6-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch, all in stock now from Nichols. All right, and then to end it, let's talk about Daiwa really quick. We see a return of the brand new Tatula MQ LT. We had these in a few weeks ago. They evaporated out. They are back. So 2500 size and 3000 size. The brand new air drive design MQ Tatula. It's light, it's beautiful, it's got the good drag. It's got all the stuff that every other MQ has at a sub $200 price point. So those return. Also a special to let you know about, Jeff. Daiwa is running a promotion on Tatula CTs. Okay, so if you have been looking at getting a casting reel while supplies last, all Tatula CTs. So it's gonna be a compact frame Tatula, a little bit smaller size. Everyone is going to come with free J-braid and a free bag of Daiwa / Yamamoto Nico Machos. So you get free baits and free line with every Tatula. Plus, we still have that Daiwa promotion going where you're gonna get a free shirt or a jacket. So take advantage of that, and that's good on anything Daiwa. So reels, rods, that's only gonna last a little bit longer. So take advantage of that and scoop up. But those are available while supplies last from Daiwa. All right, guys, that is a wrap. If you've made it this far in the video, yeah. Thank you very much. You are a diehard. You win Sunday. You've probably drinking about 6 of these too, wondering what the hell is going on. Yeah, guys, on behalf of myself and Jeff and Griff and everybody here at the Hook, guys, thank you for giving us time on your Sunday mornings. Thank you for stealing time away from your mom, from your wife, and giving us an opportunity to just shoot the shit and have some fun on Sunday. So cheers to you guys. If you guys have questions on anything that we've covered today, let's not talk about my brother, but anything else, drop it down below in the comment section. I will definitely get answers for you guys, and Jeff will leave links to the products if you want to check any of them out closer. Enjoy Bonhuer, guys. I hope you guys scooped them up. Enjoy your Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to any mother that's still, there's no mothers listening. So cheers, my friends. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Second favorite son.